The maritime sector is hugely male dominated, with few women making their marks in the industry. Concerned about this trend, Women Entrepreneurs and Professionals Development Network, Wepdn, embarked on a Catch Them Young initiative in a bid to grow the interest of the girl child in the maritime sector by changing the status quo of having more women in the maritime industry in the nearest future. This was done through its annual general meeting and conference tagged Harnessing the Opportunities in the Maritime Sector. The event, which held on Tuesday, 6th of December at Necker House Alausa Ikeja, Lagos, had in attendance female maritime industry experts who are shattering the glass ceilings in their various spaces. The global convener of the association, in the person of Iyalode Alaba Lawson, MFR FIOD JP, enjoined all present to take advantage of the opportunities that will be availed to them in the maritime sector during the conference.
Everybody, I'm recognizing you. This great conference has been on, and here we are today. In reality, this is a way for us women to bring ourselves up. But one thing I want to appreciate the organizers for, because some people must be behind this great event we are having today, is the girl child. Bringing them up. Let them know that we were once like them. And they too must have focus for their future. So, it's a conference in many parts. The past, the present, and the future.
In her welcome address, the Chief Operating Officer of the association, Mrs. Afyong Israel Umbara, emphasized on the challenges women face as entrepreneurs. She, however, highlights the benefits of being a member of the association.
I appreciate everyone for honoring this invitation today. Yes, it is our AGM and conference for year 2022. I sincerely appreciate our global convener, Iyalode Alaba Lawson, MFR, FIOD, JP, and our esteemed leaders in the house and those that are on their ways coming. I want to appreciate the guest speaker, Chief Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa, who is on her way, a trailblazer in the entrepreneurship marine business, Dr. Joe Madu Obiora, who is also on his way, the chairman of Multimix Group, a seasoned panelist, our sponsors, our contributors, our exhibitors, the media, the planning committee. She's behind time trying to put things still together, our chairperson, and all the staffs from the secretariat to our own personal staffs that have one way or the other contributed immensely towards the success of today's event. Wepdn's vision is all about helping women like ourselves overcome barriers to businesses and professional success by providing education, information, and high-level networking opportunities such as these. Come prepared to connect and pitch out your business, product, services, profiles. Strategically, look for a mentor. Your network is your net worth. In any way, you have to grow in knowledge. Knowledge is the bedrock or success as an entrepreneur. You do not have to fail in the process when you can learn from it. There are entrepreneurial opportunities for every business and economic sector in the world to try. You can't do it on your own alone. The economic situation in Nigeria proves that daily, and as a woman, individually or collectively, we can stand firm and strong, proactive and successful, learning the tricks of the trade as much as possible. Wepdn was birthed in 2015. Officially, we started small and growing gradually, day by day. We are proud of the achievement and hope to attain more. We are presently in 5 states in Nigeria: Lagos, Anambra State, Ogun State, Abuja, and Akwa Ibom State. At Wepdn, our goal is to create a sisterhood clusters and platform in which women create, own, and sustain viable businesses and advance in their businesses and careers at all levels, helping women access global markets and engage in local and international trade, contributing to economic growth, profit making, and job creation. I would like to take you far. When you train and sustain a woman, you have strengthened a whole community, because she will not be quiet with the knowledge she has gained. Our slogan, "We can fix it. In unity lies strength."
Addressing the audience, the keynote speaker, Chief Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa, CEO MD Le Luke Bags and Ocean Serve and Logistics, advised the students and women present to grab opportunities they find and launch out, because the maritime industry is a cash cow that has a lot to offer.
What is maritime? I had to go to the dictionary. It's relating or bordering on the sea, or relating to navigation, shipping, seafaring, or relating to near or living near the sea. The dictionary definition clearly tells you that what I'm about to say is sea related. Nigeria has a coastline of about 800 kilometers and has an extensive EEZ zone, exclusive economic zone, of over 200 nautical miles. So when you hear that, you clearly know. I'm talking to the children now. When you hear that your country has 800 kilometers of sea coastline bordering on many states: Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Ondo, Cross River, Rivers, Bayelsa. So you clearly know that it is not a joke, and it is something that is worth exploring. This in itself actually tells you that maritime has great potentials for economic development. God has made it possible for this sector, maritime, to start looking inwards to create a lot of opportunities. The biggest problem we have lies in our inability to exploit these opportunities and advantages as a maritime nation. Most of it is born out of carelessness, because the average Nigerian, please pardon me, if me inclusive, we're a bit on the careless side. We're very careless as a group of people. We don't take anything too seriously. So that's why we are not able to harness some of the opportunities. Plus, in addition to global threats, climate change. But even before the climate change started becoming a threat, Nigeria saw the maritime as, well, it is there. It's only very few people that tried to tap the opportunities that are in that sector, especially inland. While I was doing that tour, I met a few women who were, well, because of the gender, they call everybody a fisherman. Fisher women. I met fisher women. And those fisher women, I had to interview them. I said, how do you find this job you're doing? These are peasants, you know, they are peasant farmers. They were excited that I took interest, that I'm asking them how they find the job they're doing. They were so excited, they were happy. They said that being fisher women is not only going to catch fish. Some of them, because they need a net to catch the fish. Some of the women are producing fish nets because that is a business. So, making fish nets for their fellow fisher women. And from there, they formed themselves into cooperatives and started to mass produce these fish nets to be able to give it to bigger people that are doing fishing. To the extent that in Lokoja, some part of Lokoja, because I lived in Lokoja while I was doing that job, there is an ongoing trade in fish net making. But nobody talks about those women. They look at them as, what are they doing? But those women are making a lot of money. They just get threads. Some are doing big cords for pulling tugboats. So I sat with them for a while, and I told the GM Marine in Niwa then, I said we should try to support these women because what they are doing will create a great impact in the future. So immediately, I hope you're listening. I'm telling you already how to harness the opportunity in the maritime sector, because inland waters is also maritime. Making fish nets is also part of maritime. The raw materials you need. Having these cords that you can use for tugboats and anchoring the bigger vessels even. It's a business. Don't neglect those businesses because people want to be in oil and gas and banking and finance. Nobody wants to be a fish net maker. So children, when you go to your school, start learning how to do fish nets. And later on, through our CEO, I will also avail you the information you need on that trade.
Dr. Obiora Madu, CEO MD Multimix Group and a trainer extraordinaire in logistics and supply chain management, encouraged students and guests to take advantage of logistics and supply chain, which fits into every business, including maritime. He gave a personal example of his daughter and offered to partner with the association on having a logistics and supply chain club in schools, in a bid to help the younger generation in choosing their career path in maritime.
I think one way of helping gender imbalance is what you are doing here, by bringing these children. That is one way. Because, of course, assuming that 60% of them apply for logistics and supply chain management when they get there, within a very short time, that imbalance will balance. So that's what, but I do understand that federal government can help by, because you had said it earlier, you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So to create opportunities or give them incentives. But I'm afraid, I'm not sure you're going to get that. It is an association like you providing incentives for these young ones to be able to push them towards helping with the, if you expect incentive from government, those who are exporting, Export Promotion Council, 1976 till today, they are not able to provide one single incentive to those who are exporting. Now, let me close by talking about African Continental Free Trade Area. Opportunities have gotten wider. You know, before COVID, we keep saying that, talking about the future of work. The future of work is as if it's so far. But when COVID came, the future of work came and met us. There's no boundary any longer. There's a woman in Owerri. She's a freelancer. She's working for companies in the US and earning dollar in the comfort of her home. There's another lady who runs her company in Abuja called Outsource Global. She has 1,000 staff, lawyers, doctors, engineers, and the 1,000 of them are all working for foreign companies and earning dollar. So there's so much now. It's no longer about anybody can find jobs online to do. So those of you of Google age, so many opportunities have been put on your laps. It's for you people to keep your head cool. Assuming that your family is poor like mine was, why don't you decide to be the person that will stop poverty in your family? It doesn't matter that you are a girl. See, I told my wife when I got married, I want 3 kids. And I don't care if all of them are girls or boys. But my first prayer was that my first child should please be a girl. And it turned out to be. And I'm very, very happy and grateful for it. Because right now, the same girl is the MD of Multimix, while I am the chairman. Thank you very much.
More issues in the maritime sector were deliberated upon during the panel session, which consisted of notable personalities in the maritime industry: Iyala J, Dr. Hajia Bolanle Idayat Muse, CEO MD Bomara Group, a philanthropist, and someone who was a student of Dr. Obiora Madu and is today shattering glass ceilings in the freight forwarding sector. Dr. Obiora Madu, CEO MD Multi-Mix Group, who runs a certified logistics and supply chain training academy. Chief Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa, CEO MD Leluk Bags and Ocean Serve and Logistics, who retired as Director in the Ministry of Transportation. Dr. Mrs. Wepdn Agm, who rose from being a secretary in the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA and retired as an assistant director, attending the prestigious World Maritime University. Mrs. Vivian Chimeze Azubike, who was an admin secretary in the Women Entrepreneurs and Professionals Development Network, Wepdn, and moved back to the Chamber of Shipping, where she worked years ago, and has today risen to the position of the current Director General of the Chamber of Shipping. And also Mrs. Afyong Israel Mbanga, the CEO of Wepdn and Vice Chairperson Operations AML Bonded Terminal. Each panelist gave brilliant contributions during the panel segment.
Maritime for Nigeria, we have not harnessed our resources because we have the human capacity and we have the natural resources. So for you in this age of technology, you have a lot of opportunities. They've mentioned what we're used to. Now I want to open your mind to international matters. Ocean sciences is maritime. I've mentored about 3 people I know that are doing well. 2 of them ladies, 1 a girl, a gentleman. The 2 of them are abroad, working in the big corporates. 1 is working with mask, the other one I think is also mask in Netherlands. The 2 ladies. 1 is in Liverpool and the other one. One read marine, she was reading marine biology. So when she came, I tutored her and blew her mind off. The other one was a lawyer, but she's one of these ones most sought after now. The lawyer, she's a maritime lawyer, she keeps reading and reading. You've heard it all. Don't close your mind, open your mind to learning. That's the best. In the industry, you're sellable with experience. It's not one-time lecture teaching. Maybe you learn one job. In the industry, they've said it all. Experience, certification, certification, certification. Ocean science is the new deal. I'm telling you now, IT, technology. This is the advent of blue economy. So you'll be doing a lot with biodiversity, biotechnology. So I want you to not limit yourself to Nigeria. This is what I'll tell my children. Open your minds to international opportunities. United Nations, UNCLOS, so many of them. There's so many international organizations under the United Nations. That is your goal. But you start home, from home.
For my little ones here, who might want to say, okay, mommy, I say we should buy keke. How do we get the money? It all begins with your determination. You need to decide your career path. And when you decide your career path, you might want to be a captain, you might want to be an engineer. You then get the certification, training. Get the certification, you're ready. Like she introduced me and said, I was once a seamstress, and along the way, I was able to get into the maritime industry because I was ready with my certificates. And the moment the man asked, I said, sir, I have it. So if you don't have it and you have the opportunity, what will you present? Certification is one. And so when you get that certification, you begin to look at the environment. Googling, we are talking about googling. Who are in this industry? I'm talking about the various associations. You align yourself with the association. Like WISTA, WIMA, WILAX. WISTA currently is sponsoring some students, best students at the Maritime Academy.
I want all the students to understand one thing in life. You see, we know quite all right that there is fear engendered when you talk of, okay, I'm a woman and I'm a man. It's always there for women. And when you enter the maritime sector, you see it clearly because there is intimidation. The men we want to intimidate you, but it lies on your strength. First of all, you discover yourself. Who are you? When you discover yourself, just like what my mentor said here, that anywhere she put her ear, that something is happening, she enter. She doesn't want to know whether it's good or bad or whether they are going to accept her or no, but just enter. And when in maritime sector is very broad. We have the freight forwarding, we have the logistics, we have the transport. The sector I belong to is a freight forwarding one, the most tedious one. Very, very hard and tedious, but you just have to be me. I have to tell you something. There is everybody with a success story. My success story today is because I believe in myself and I can do it. That is why you see our slogan. You see, you can fix it. There is nothing a woman cannot fix if you believe in yourself.
Our mom said, speaking on certificates, you said you have to have a certificate to enjoy in the logistics sector. So I was thinking that, what if the uneducated fellow, like people that are not educated, but they don't have the certificate, yes. How can they do the logistics? And I also have another question. You said in the marine industry, like what if, the capital what like the amount can we use to set it up? If like in the coastal areas, like the Mahoko, not all of them are educated. They're not. So what if they want to set up a business? And mommy also said that you can use start from fishing nets. Yes. Not everybody has the resources for that. So like what can we do?
You know, when you were talking earlier, you talk about those who don't have skills. They can start as dock workers. If you don't have the skill, you can start as a dock worker that is working within the port. And then you learn. There's what we call on the job training. You learn and grow within the maritime industry. Because when you work as a dock worker, you'll be paid. And then you begin to attend the various schools that we are talking about, Maritime Academy, various institutions within Lagos and all over the state. So if you don't have any skill, you can start as a dock worker and grow in it. Thank you.
Appreciating the speakers and the COO of the association, Iyalode Alaba Lawson, the global convener of the association, presented gift items to them.
On behalf of all of us, our CEO, the executive of the conference, and all of us here, this is our presentation to Dr. Obiora to gain more from his wealth of experience and let our parents know that there are so many things we can do. Congratulations, sir, for coming here today. From all of us, from women, entrepreneurs, and professional development network. We will all be.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Every good turn
deserves another.
Year in, year out. Chief Mrs. Denwa has been with us.
Yes.
She's our matron, she's our everything. And one thing, the look that she stands for all over the world. I met her in Vienna, I was like, wow, in Vienna. So, because she makes sure African fabrics are being used, and so therefore, this is for her on behalf of our CEO and every one of us, and the members, the committee members of this great conference, of AGM Conference 2022. My dear sister. Thank you so much.
The event was spiced with exhibitors from within and outside the association who specialize in various products and services, from jewelry sales to manufacturing, custard manufacturing, packaging of ofada, making of kulikuli, packaging and sales, coconut gari, adire, slippers, adire throw pillows and bed sheets, and solar inverter and CCTV installation.
I was importing from China, from UK, but it don't know me that we can actually produce some of the things, most of the things we are importing, and that was how I ventured into jewelry manufacturing.
So this is purely Nigerian products made in Nigeria. So I encourage everybody to have more of
And so your business is good with the children and even the elderly. So I have to introduce soya beans into my own product. And I have people in the house that have been taking it and they are testifying of it. The quality is good and it's longer and good.
I sell Gary Zebu and I sell coconut Gary. Just like stepping up from ordinary rice to fried rice to jollof rice. Step up from ordinary Gary to coconut Gary.
Mrs. Temitope Ande, chairperson of the Maritime and Export Cluster of the association, who chaired the 2022 annual conference and AGM, gave the closing remarks.
Our chairperson, Iyalode Alaba Lawson, our COO, Mrs. Afi Ibanga. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our keynote speaker, Mrs. Chinwe Ezewa. Thank you so very much, ma'am. We appreciate your presence. We thank you for your words, and we thank you for charging us today that the waterways, the seaways is our commonwealth, and giving us tips of all other opportunities that is available for us in that sector. We have to prepare for opportunity. That is what she has told us today. Opportunity will come, but you can only take advantage of the opportunity when you are prepared for it. Thank you so very much, ma. We're grateful. We want to thank Chief Dr. Obiora Madu. We thank God for bringing him here today. He's our he for she, and he has promised us serious partnership. And I want to pledge today that that partnership we will exploit, we will take advantage of it for the benefit of Nigerian people. Thank you so much, sir. We're grateful for your presence. I want to thank all our Apapa specials that were on the item today, all the magnates. And I tell you what we've done this afternoon, this morning, is going to go a long way in history, because we're going to influence and change the landscape of maritime sector in this country. We're going to make this information available to the larger society and bring our young people into this sector. We will pledge that commitment and it will come to pass in Jesus' name. Thank you. I want to say a very big thank you to this wonderful committee. They made the event very, very sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll be taking us. Thank you. And I also want to thank all our supporters. You know, women are very powerful. We can do things, even within a short time. We had a lot of support from our members. They contributed. Everybody here contributed.
We are women organizations that comes together to make sure that we break the barriers that are affecting women businesses globally. Today is our AGM and conference, and we have gathered here today to find and fine-tune ways whereby we can leverage on for a greater export for all our businesses. And you know, when you train a woman, it's the entire community that you are training, because we will not just keep it to ourselves. We like to share, we like to network, we like to have people put smiles on their faces, have their businesses thriving. So that's why we are here today, and we are so delighted. Advice to the women is that you cannot walk alone. You have to walk as a team. You can see here today with us, we are picking them young. The girls are here to train them, to show them that there are other sectors besides being a doctor and a lawyer. So there are opportunities that are found in maritime industry, which I am a player in that industry. I own and operate a bonded terminal in Lagos State here. And I mean, there's so much that one can do in life, but you just have to keep putting yourself with the like minds and people that want you to progress. It's very necessary. So the key to success is that in unity lies strength. When we come together, we can move mountains. That's why we gathered here today. Take home today is that for some of us that want to look or maybe add more value to whatever they are doing, maritime sector is something that one can really do a lot of businesses from the sea to the air to the borderline. You can thrive in exportation. Thank God for the AFTA that is on ground now, and we are encouraging more women to participate in the gainful employment of the AFTA that has been said to us. So we are grateful that we are here.
It was an atmosphere to network, dance, and thank God for a good year. As we say in Wepdn, we can fix it. In unity lies strength.